Welcome back to the Gfinity Elite Series. Street Fighter 5 is what it's all about today. We are about to get match 2 underway. The two Sydney franchises go at it shortly, but before we go there, what are your thoughts on this matchup, Lachlan? We have Sydney Raw versus Sydney Chief. What are your thoughts?
Look, both solid teams. I do believe that Sydney Raw is the more inexperienced team.
Okay.
Sydney Chiefs have a bit more experience behind them, so that would be my pick. For
Who on Sydney Chiefs are the players to look out for?
Look, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure who would be the number one player to pick out right now, but it's just a overall more experienced,
stronger team in general. So you reckon they're going to wipe the floor with them?
Look,
I'm putting words in your mouth. But
to be honest, first to one, it could go anyway.
Okay.
Because they don't have that chance to adapt, and the characters that these guys, that Raw has, with Dulcim and Cammy, they can kind of get a bit of cheese and take it out that way. But if they're going to win, it's going to be because of that first to one format where the Chiefs don't have that chance to adapt.
Awesome. Okay, Ash, you're hanging out playing some games right now. Is that true, Ash? Over to you, mate.
Oh, well, I'm not playing any games at the moment. I really don't want to touch anything. It all looks very expensive, but it's pretty cool up here. And you actually look really short down there. It's great. How are you going down there? Good? So it's pretty cool. All the tech gear looks very expensive and very, can't understand any of this stuff. So I'm just going to leave it to the experts and throw it straight back to you. Thanks.
Very good stuff. Thanks so much, Ash. I think we've had enough chit-chat. It's time to watch some more Street Fighter action. So let's get our teams out here, both from Sydney. First up, huge round of applause, guys. Give it up for the Sydney Raw. And also from Sydney, guys, give it up for the Sydney Chiefs. Come on, make some noise. Righto, this is the moment all the players have been waiting for. It is time for the player versus player matchup. So this is how it's going to go. In game 1, Raw's Acrylic Saint takes on BK Sama. Kadzao fights Panda. And Ben, I'll be honest, I don't know how to say it. Is that Ben Dollars? Is that how you'd say that? Or you just say Ben's? I got it, Ben Dollars. I nailed it. Yes. Ben Dollars goes head-to-head with Somniac. Then the rotation continues until there is a winner, best of 7 games. Ben Dollars takes on the anchor role in game 7 against Somniac. That's how it's going to go, guys. Let's check in, see how everyone's feeling. I'll squeeze between you lads. Hop in here. What do you reckon about those matchups? Do you feel confident?
Yeah, pretty confident. Well, the lineup's pretty strong, but I reckon we're going to come out stronger and take the win.
Oh, awesome, man. I think you're going to smash it. Dude, are you going to take him out?
So my first match is against Acrylic Saint, who plays Cammy. I have a lot of problems with that character matchup in general, but I'll still try hard.
Compared to ROF, how humble are these dudes? Look at the comparison right now. This is beautiful, but I think it's still going to get pretty hectic when they're out there. All right, guys, go get ready. We're going to get these guys out of here. I want to check in with the casters, and I want to check in what you guys reckon is going to happen. Any calls on this? Chief or Raw? What do you reckon?
Chiefs are one of the strongest teams in the competition, right? And I feel like it is the Chiefs' game to lose, but I am an underdog, man. I like my underdogs, Luke, so I'm going to put my foot in and hope that the Sydney Raw can pull it out.
Okay, what about you, Alex?
I have to agree. I think Sydney Chiefs is the strongest team here, and I think BK Sama in particular is going to be a very strong contender. He says he has problems with the Cammy matchup, but he's such a strong player with Yuri, and I've seen him play many times. I've played him many times over the years, also in Street Fighter 4 as well, so he's a veteran of both games. He's a very strong player and one to look out here today, particularly if you're a Urian player, so I think he's going to take this one very convincingly in the first round anyway.
All right, well, I will get out of here and let you guys get down to business. Let's have another huge round of applause to the players, because it's amazing gameplay we're seeing. Second match, get into it, lads.
All right, it's game day live from the Sydney Gfinity Elite Series at the Gfinity Arena, my apologies, here in Sydney, Australia. As we get into the second match, the Sydney Raw versus the Sydney Chiefs. And our first game in this second match is going to be Acrylic Saint versus BK Sama. And both teams acknowledging that ROF is still dead inside. But we're going to go into we're going to go into match 2 as Acrylic Saint versus BK Sama. It's going to be Cammy versus BK Sama.
Cammy versus Urian, I believe, which is... again, I believe BK actually has played Cammy for a while as well, so...
That's cheating.
Yeah, apparently. But this will be this is going to be an uphill battle for Acrylic Saint, but he is one of those guys that we were talking about that are like people to watch out for in this new age of Street Fighter V players. He's come into the scene very recently, but he's, been knocking on doors and taking names. So I'm very excited to see how he performs here under the lights at the arena in Sydney.
That's right, and we can see Acrylic Saint getting some coaching from his team members there. No coaching allowed, but he's getting some tips from the Gfinity crew there. I think he might be a player as well. What is this?
They're looking at his have you seen his hitbox, his controller?
He's got a hitbox controller.
Yes, they're probably looking going, what is that?
Oh, and there's BK Summer, the pro from Sydney, getting ready with his own headset, ready to go. He's going to be picking Urine. He has played Cammy in the past, so he should be an expert in this matchup. But like he said, he does have problems with the Cammy matchup. I think
it's just Cammy is a good character to pick against Urien because she can bully him in the neutral. So Urien tries to play in a very aggressive footsie style where it's a lot of walking forward, a lot of pressing buttons and a lot of pushing your opponent to the corner, but Cammy does that better.
Let's be honest here today, Tom. Everybody has a Cammy problem, just like everybody has a Birdie problem. Cammy and Birdie.
That's just your bias.
That's just my bias.
Yeah, that's just because Ryu's really bad.
Because I play Ryu, that's right. Okay, and both players getting ready now. And Acrylic Saint versus BK Summer. You think BK Summer's going to take this one out, Tom?
Look, I love the underdog story, and I do have a lot of faith in Acrylic Saint. So I want to. It's BK's match to lose. I'm going to be blatantly honest, but I'm pulling no punches. I hope that Acrylic Saint can get up and over the hump.
That's true. I think we're going to see a lot of EX shoulders from BK Summer to try and keep that pressure up on Cammy. And here we go into the first match of the Sydney Roar versus the Sydney Chiefs, live at the Gfinity Arena in Sydney, Australia. You can see it's both 0 games apiece here as we move into the first match.
Fresh set.
Cammy versus Urien. You can see here Acrylic Saint getting himself warmed up, hiked up, ready to roll.
Let's go, boys.
He wants to steamroll BK Summer. Both local teams, both 2 Sydney teams here.
Yes, this is a battle for supremacy.
It's a home crowd here today.
All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. You know that BK is going to come out and try and be oppressive and neutral immediately. That V-skill is going to be massive. Cammy can't do a lot about that because she sits at this mid-screen spacing and doesn't have a fireball. And what that V-skill does is it gives BK Summer armor on his next move.
That's right. Look at these confirms off the crouching medium punch from BK Summer early on. He's already got Acrylic Saint in the corner. He's in big trouble.
One more hit, then stun.
Tried to shimmy there.
Oh, there you go.
And a great call out with a crouching medium kick from Acrylic Saint. He's doing very well. There's the EX shoulder to keep the pressure on.
It's the overhead. One more hit and it's going to do it for BK.
Okay,
there's that V-skill.
All right, Acrylic Saint's got to get that V trigger up on the board.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there we go. There's a confirm into the corner.
Good bait on the head, but... Oh, that's plus. Don't press anything. Gutsy backdash from Acrylic Saint there. Let's see if he can fight back.
And look at this lead from BK Summer. He's really got, and just misses the anti-air there. Unfortunately, that is one of the downsides of Cammy. You do have to space your anti-airs very carefully. Perhaps the crouching medium punch would have been a better option there than the standing up punch.
Or the back medium punch. There we go. Hooligan dive kick. That is a very strong get-in option for Cammy here. Spends the bar to get in on BK's face and a bit of grey life. That's a punish. Good punish.
It looks like BK Summer. Oh, and there's the EX headbutt. Yep. The trademark of every single Urien player. They love that EX headbutt. Nobody ever expects it. Oh, and a big drop from Acrylic Saint. That is going to cost him dearly.
There you go. Gutsy DP. V-trigger is on deck. Goes for the shimmy. Doesn't bite. Here we go. Messes up the dive kick.
That was a good drop. Okay, here comes the headbutt. What are we going to see? We're going to see... No.
Wake up buttons. Gutsy.
Frame straight when he's got that massive life lead. He did go for the EXDP before, so it's good. He's got the guts on deck, but it's not going to be enough. BK Summer taking it in a clear 2-0 sweep against Acrylic Saint, and that is a heartbreaker for Acrylic Saint with Cammy. Look, he played well, but there are a few key drops there, Tom, I think, that really cost him dearly, particularly when you're playing Cammy. And
she has that little brittle life. She is a very strong character, but she's somewhat of a glass cannon.
That's right.
So you make a couple of mistakes and you will get punished, and BK, being a veteran of the scene, he's one of those guys where if he sees you slip up, he's going to go for the throat. And here we see at these replays, we're going to see this oppression. Like, look at this. He just sort of dashes in and out of that button range and just gets to a position where he can make Acrylic make a mistake.
He really scoped out Acrylic's neutral game very beautifully here, and you can see the way, even letting him do the wake-up buttons there, perhaps trying to wait out an EXDP from Acrylic Saint on the wake-up there. He's not having any of that, and you can see it just all get shut down there with the EX shoulder, and such a strong move from Urien to close out Game 1 there, and Acrylic Saint shaking his head, unfortunately.
It's a shame, it's a shame. But I think a part of that is that Acrylic Saint looked like he didn't have a bunch of Urien experience.
That's right. Urien is not perhaps the most played character in Season 3.
It's interesting, because he's really strong. Like, he's one of those guys that just sort of slides under the radar a little bit. You see a couple of other guys in the scene playing him at high level out in Japan and stuff. But in Australia, there's I think BK is the only Urien
I think he's the only one left standing, that's right.
Yeah.
And BK Summer particularly, he's such a strong player. He makes Urian look really good. Anyway, a very impressive play from both players there. Acrylic Saint looking a bit disappointed with the performance there. Chin up, your team will do better. As we move into the next game, it's going to be Kadzo versus Sio.
No, that's Panda.
It's Panda. Look at, what have I written down here? Like too many iced coffees.
Too many dares. You can never have enough dare, let's be real.
That's right. Okay, so it's going to be, looks like we've got Panda up next.
So that is a Ken Dalsim matchup.
That's right. It's going to be Ken versus Dalsim, so it's going to be very hard for Panda to get in. He does have that run with Ken to get in on Dalsim.
Yes, he does, but that is a massive risk for Ken to take. It's just throwing a big hurt box at your opponent. So if they just press a big button, you're going to cop a counter hit.
That's right. And Dalsim is such a pest in Street. He was such a punching bag in Street Fighter 4. It was so much better, and now in Street Fighter 5, he's so strong.
It's the addition of his V skill, the yoga float, in between Street Fighter 4 and 5 is one of the main factors that's made him such a more pesky character to attack. Because now he doesn't just have this ground game, he can also get up in the air and control space from the air, which is a position where if you're directly underneath him, a lot of characters can't touch him.
That's right. All right, and here we go. It's going to be Panda versus Katso at Game 2. The Sydney Chiefs are up 1-0. As we move into the second match as part of the Gfinity Elite Series, live from Sydney, Australia at the Gfinity Arena.
He's going for a high five. He wants the high five.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's left him hanging.
Okay, here we go into the first game. And Panda has got his game face on. Look at the intensity on that face.
Whew.
That's what I like to see.
Ready to go. All right.
He's going to need it against Kadzo's
Training stage, Wii Esports.
And there's the run. He's just going to kick him. See, I'm not having any of your fireball shenanigans. I'm going to get in there straight away.
This could be a hard matchup for Kadzao because Panda is a very aggressive player. He's a calculated aggressive player. You'll see he's going to play this slow game a little bit, and then watch, at some point soon, he's just going to throw out a random Dragon Punch.
All right, look at this beautiful sight. And there's that 3-frame standing light punch. Such a pain to deal with. I thought they got rid of those. I think they try and get rid of them every season, but they keep coming back.
Well, Dalsim's a character that kind of relies on that, and I feel like it was actually designed for him. Oh, that is super minus. Big punish.
Panda going with V skill number 2. I have to say, this is quite rare. A lot of Chem players, for those that are left, have been very negative about V skill number 2.
He likes to use it as a whip punish tool, from what I've seen. So he'll sit just outside of button range and then use a... Oh, he goes for the okie doke. Forget what I'm saying. This is some...
and a great DP. All right, here comes the pressure from Panda.
Good interruption. Strong first round from Kadzao.
Kadzo breathing a sigh of relief there. That 3-frame saving his life from the run there. But Panda's still got his game face on. He's not done yet.
Fun fact about Kadzao, he is also, I think, 17 years old. He's another young gun, one to look out for. And he's up around in this season, in this first set of the Elite Series for him.
Young gun stealing all the prize money. I don't know. All right, here comes the Ken throw pressure in the corner. That knee pressure. I like the V reversal, but it's not going to be enough.
Oh my goodness. That was terrifying. Oh, goes for a little okie doke.
Big swing from Panda, but there's the neutral jump. I love it. Just to call out the drill from Dalsim. There's a V reversal again, blocked by Panda.
I like that V reversal choice.
Oh, that's going now and connect this round, but both players dropping.
Yeah, that was an input error on both players' parts there. Kadzao trying to slow things down a little bit. Just get back to that pace that worked for him in that first round. Ooh, big jumping. You're not.
Oh, and there's the V trigger too. Not much damage. Oh, but it's going to go with a follow up. I love it. We're going to see it throw there, and there it is. And there's the trademark knee pressure.
Panda looking intense. Look at that face.
I think the more he plays, the better he gets. He's one of those players. He just gets more and more intense.
Yeah, it's like when I was watching Tasty Steve play at BAM, and he just played like a first to 100 with people.
My goodness! All right, and look, it looks like he's got his game face on. He's ready to go. Oh, look at the DP to pull out the teleport there.
I like that V reversal though.
All right, he's 1 for 3 on those V reversals. He finally gets a V reversal that worked. If he's going to spend half his bar, he better make sure it works.
Dalsim is a character that can throw it away though, because his V triggers aren't like he's not reliant on his V trigger to win games. So it's an interesting position, and it looks like Panda's made a bit of an adjustment to how Kadzao was playing, and Kadzao is struggling a little bit more now.
All right, Kadzao in serious trouble, down to about 20%. He's got to make something happen here. He's here in the corner. Here comes the V-trigger activation. Let's see how Panda reacts. Great V-reversal. Going to try and keep Panda in the corner. There's a standing light kick.
Panda just trying to get him. Yep, that was it.
And that is it. And very well played from Panda. He pops off. That's a bit of thuggery. I like to see it. Some spirit here.
Yes, Panda's always been a very emotional Street Fighter player.
Very emotional. He's playing with heart here today at the Gfinity Elite Series. Very well played from Panda.
No slouching, no leaving Kadzao out though. He played very strong then. This is, as a younger player, this is a big jump for him in terms of his competitive career. And he played really well. I was really excited by that. Like this first round, this was a very strong play here.
It was a very strong play. And look at that blocking both ways. But I love that DP to call out the drill.
But then you see that's the key to beating Ken. When he does that V skill run at you and you interrupt it with a button, that's how you beat Ken. Because if you let them get away with that, this is what happens, and he just runs all over you like Panda is in this round here.
Terrible. And you can see here, unfortunately, Cats are in big trouble here in the corner, and
There's
Panda.
that interrupt on the run again, but Panda was just in such a strong position.
And I really like that V reveal, so they're really killing up on the grey health. And Panda popping off there, very happy with himself. Very well played.
Very well played from both players, but Panda with a dominating third round.
I like
takes
it.
out that first game.
I like it. And I have to say, I was expecting Dalston to win that match. That is typically a bad matchup for Shotos, except if you pick Akuma.
Oh, but yeah, but nothing's bad if you just pick.
Nothing bad. Nothing's bad if you pick Akuma, that's right. So very well played by Panda. He pops up very happy with himself. Everyone very happy with how well he's played here. And that puts a round on the board.
Yes, that
for
is 2-0.
2-0, that's right.
To
So
the
they've only got
Chiefs
two
now.
more to the Chiefs now.
Will this be our first 4-0 of the Elite Series?
We may see a 4-0 here live at the Gfinity Arena in Sydney, Australia. If we can see if the Chiefs can take it to 4-0, I'd look like to
And
see
it's-
a 4-0. And look who's up
It's looking
next.
like a 3-0 could be an option here. We have Somniac, arguably the best player in the country.
That's right.
One of the, a long time top of the line
The
player.
devil himself, and the first, I think he's the first Grandmaster online
He
ranked
was.
player in Australia.
He was the first to reach that plateau.
Yes, he was.
Congratulations to him.
He always liked to point that out, that once he got to Grandmaster, there was no one left to play with.
Yeah,
I said, well, that's your fault to getting to Grandmaster so quickly. You're
That's
too
why
good.
that's why he made another account. Now he's getting that one to
Oh, he's got
Grandmaster.
2 accounts. He's one of those players.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh. See, I knew that. I always used to encounter these strange Bisons who kick and I thought I knew it was him.
Yeah.
I knew it was him. He's got that PS4 and that PC account. All right, here we go. We're going to see a Guile pick from Ben $. He does play Guile, and I believe he also
Guile
has
and
a Urian as
Yes.
well. But he's going to go with the Guile pick against Somniac. Of course, Guile is a much better matchup against Bison.
Ben $sign is also someone that's newer to the scene, and he's also a pad player, interestingly enough.
He is. He's got second pad player for the day. I don't know how I feel about these pad players. I come from a time where there's always arcade stick, but there's no time for that. Here we go into the Sydney Chiefs versus Sydney Raw. Sydney Chiefs is up 2-0,
Uh-oh, Devil's reverse in immediately.
and Som is straight into it, into that block kick. Oh, and he says no cancelling into Psycho Blast from you. I am going to do the Ume flash kicks, but it's not an Ume flash kick that hits. It's a read.
That could have been a terrible choice then with that Sonic Boom. Ben $sign coming out of the gate strong here.
Coming out very strong. Okay, it looks like Som's
Playing a patient camp. Ooh, big
and
jet upper anti-air. I love that button.
look at this, and
though.
Som paying perhaps a big pensive here, and he's already in the Ben $. What is going on?
Ben $sign, let's go.
All right, here comes.
Shin Bison though.
That's right, the V.
No counter hit confirmed.
Oh, and this is going to hurt a lot. Okay, here comes Som with V-Trigger. I want to see online V-Trigger kills everyone.
Yeah, it does. Oh, that was
V-Trigger
sick.
melting away.
Invulnerability to go through the flash kick.
And there's some fishing with that standing roundhouse, but of course, and also having
good
it over
use
there,
of
the
that
V-reversal.
V-skill. Okay, so
No
now
quick rise, just trying to get that V-Trigger
Yeah.
one to run out. For
all of it,
Somniac.
and all of a sudden, Som just has a life lead now. I don't know what happened. Good flash kick. V-Trigger 2 on deck. Oh, he messed up.
Wakes up with the 3 fave, and there's Ume flash kick. Look, I like that. He made a play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Som was ready for it. He saw the supercomputer. Som saw 3 moves in advance, and he saw it. But I like that play. Ben $sign doing very well.
Yeah, no, he's playing very well. As someone else who is newer to the scene from what I've seen, he's showing a very good showing against. He's having a very good showing against one of Australia's best.
That's right, but he's got to do some winning here if he wants to stay in the Gfinity Elite Series. And here comes the pressure from Som. Som looked like he's woken up. He's got his game on. The supercomputer is
back
switched
throw.
on.
Yeah, here
Windows update is completed.
Back
He's
throw.
downloading Ben $sign.
Oh, I like what he's doing there, what Som's doing there. So on that back throw with Bison, they like to do Psycho Axe immediately after. He's just throwing out a button and dashing to make him think, oh, he's coming at me. And now, speaking of coming at him, look at this.
Oh, and look at those plus frames, and it's all over for Ben $sign.
Put a
And
fork in him.
Very well done from Som. He's giving the fist pump to his 2 teammates. Strangely, no pop-off from Panda this time. Maybe it's because he wasn't playing, but
Yeah, no, he's a very...
isn't that the idea to support your teammates? You've
That's
got to
what I
pop off
thought,
even
yeah,
if you're not the one in the driver's seat.
That's what I thought, Alex. But I mean, well, you saw the good old pat on the back.
I know. Surely it must have some status effects for your teammates.
Yeah.
+1 to
And +1 to IQ
happiness.
points.
Yes,
joy.
Oki, read something
Okie
like
doke.
that. Anyway, very well played from Som, and a characteristic. I think that's the way that. Unfortunately, that's the way everyone expected this game to go. Som, of course, a very strong player, a very experienced tournament player.
And there's that big DP read. So I like the choice from Ben there to instill, I'm going to use that flash kick option. But then this second round was over so fast, it didn't really mean anything.
That's right. He did play very well.
There it is, the
round
fist
1,
bump.
and there's a fist bump.
A patented Somniac fist bump.
And I think Som's won so many times, it's just not.
Yeah, just another day, another dollar for the supercomputer.
Another day at the office for the supercomputer live at the Gfinity Arena here in Sydney, Australia. And we've got to go up to the next match. Since my notes make no sense anymore, who have we got up next?
Well, who we have up right now is Luke, who is going to go have a chat with Lachlan at the analyst desk.
Thank you for the big ups, guys. That was really lovely. Hey, we are going to go to break, but just before then, let's just have a look at that absolute destruction of Raw by Chiefs. Let's have a look. I think we've got some vision here. We're going to play of what just happened then. Huge nut. We don't? All right, great. Good. I don't want to see vision anyway. Hey, I'd rather say things. It's all happening here with Sydney Chiefs in front after 3 games. We're going to be back shortly for Game 4 right here on Gfinity Elite Series, presented by Alienware, and then we'll see more Street Fighter. We'll see you real soon. You're back in the Gfinity Elite Series with Street Fighter V action. Sydney Chiefs absolutely dominating Raw right now. Let's have a look. This is where it is at right now, the overall standing. So we can see that, yeah, it's just Chiefs, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. This is almost exactly how I expected it to go. I'm pretty proud of Kadzao, the only person to take a round so far for Sydney Raw.
Yeah, look, it's a demolition right now. Can you see Raw coming back, Lockie?
Look, it's coming up with Kadzao vs Panda, I believe. That would be... Kadzao can do it.
Yeah.
They've already played, so I reckon Kadzao should be able to make some adjustments, calm down. There was a lot of nerves flying around.
You just backing Raw because you wanted to win? Be honest, do you think it's Chiefs games?
I think Chiefs are going to win.
Yeah?
100% Chiefs are going to win.
All right, it's a call from Lockie. Over to you, Casters. It's time to fight. Let's bring it home.
All right, once again, it's game day from the Gfinity Arena live in Sydney, Australia, and we're going to go to the next game. It could be a 4-0 sweep for the Sydney Chiefs, isn't it, Tom?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's looking rough, but again, that underdog story. You know, you get knocked down, you get up again. We could have something happen here. There's
Acrylic Saint
going
there.
off to the camera.
All right, so if Saint loses this one, his team will go down 4-0, 4-1.
4-0.
4-0, that's right. No pressure on Acrylic Saint there. If he drops this one, his team will go down 4-0. BK Summer looking like he's getting ready to take out the trash.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you're Acrylic in this scenario, you know, it's like things haven't gone too well for your team so far, right? But you've got absolutely nothing to lose here. My approach would be just attack. Like it's like you're down.
That's right.
You know, and it's like you've got there's not much opportunity left for you to bring it back. It's a now or never situation.
He's down, but he's not out yet.
Exactly.
Acrylic Saint, it's all on his shoulders now.
He's shaking
Just
his
try
head.
not to think about it, mate.
Oh, there's the Bushin.
That's right, the Bushin. Are we going to see a Zeku pick maybe? Maybe we can get him to pick out Zeku.
Look, I'd love it, but I don't think it will.
You don't think it's going to happen?
I don't think I've ever seen Acrylic Saint hover over Zeku in the character select screen. It surprised me if he's bored him.
That's right, and BK Summer deep in thought now.
That's the
So
eyes
he's
of
thinking about his upcoming match, and of course...
the eyes of a champion.
That's right, the eyes of a champion. Of course, BK Summer is no stranger to the scene. He's been playing Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. I'm not sure if he played Third Strike at all, but I'm sure if he did, he was very good at it.
Yeah, I wouldn't surprise me. Look, if we hopped onto the 30th anniversary and played some sets, I'm fairly certain he'd wash me.
That's right, and I think later on we've got to try and get some of that cryptocurrency out of him. I didn't buy any when it was $10 for a Bitcoin, and now it's, what is it, up to 15,000 or something now?
It's up to a lot.
Certainly something that I can't afford. That's as much as I know.
No.
All right.
It looks like the players are sort of just prepping themselves here. Deep breaths from Acrylic Saint. That's a good way to do it.
But hey, if we got some of that Bitcoin, we could buy as much iced coffee as we could drink. We could buy all the DLC characters in Street Fighter 5.
Man, that's dream living.
Wouldn't that be that?
That is
living the dream.
That is dream living, my friend. I would love that. Now, I got to ask you a question. Where do you think Urian sits on the tier list? Quickly before we start.
He's definitely top 7.
Top 7. I think that's a strong positioning. And speaking of strong positioning, Chiefs are in the lead at this point. It's all on Acrylic Saint to turn it around. Let's get into Game 4 and see how we go. The players are ready.
I like that segue, Tom. Here we go. It could be a 4-0 sweep here. Let's see if the Sydney Raw can bring it back. But the Sydney Chiefs are coming out swinging with BK Sama ready to roll with Urian. Ready to steamroll another character, as he did in the previous game. He steamrolled. Well, he already steamrolled Saint back in the first game, didn't he?
To quote the IFC Yipes, it's an oppression session.
An oppression session. Goodness me.
Look, this is aggressive play from. Oh, that's a bad mistake though. I like the start, but he just made a small error, and it's turning into a big error now.
All right, Acrylic swinging for the fences, but it looks like he's going to. Oh,
good throw. Okay, let's go. Slow it down a little bit. Play your pace.
Right, Acrylic Saint just getting tagged with a standing medium kick there. Look at the range, but that's unfortunately minus on that EX.
Wow. Oh my God.
And he overhead, and he failed to block that in the last game as well. That's an unfortunate drop.
I don't even know how to commentate that, Alex. BK was just doing stuff.
BK's got to slow it down and let us do some commentary. Let us do our job. Maybe
we did it too.
Maybe he just doesn't like us the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good anti-air from Acrylic Saint though on the air knee press. That's a key factor in this match, is stopping those knees from Urian. Oh, just eats the tackle though. DP, that's the way. All right,
he's 2 for 2 of those. He did that in the previous game as well. I like it, but BK Summer just doing too much damage here at the moment. There's the forward throw making bit. Oh, the trades for DP. I like it.
Okay, press a button. Ooh, I like that V reversal from Acrylic Saint. However, now he does not have access to V trick.
That is going to do it. And unfortunately, he's staring at the man in the mirror with the Aegis reflection there, and he does not like what he sees, and he goes down. Unfortunately, that is a straight 4-0 sweep by the Sydney Chiefs. Very well played. BK Sama still advising his teammates on exactly how he won.
Hey man, that was free.
Another day in the office. I don't think there's anything left to discuss, guys. You've done it 4-0. Here we are at the Gfinity Elite Series live from Sydney, Australia.
Now I think we're going to switch over and have a look at some highlights. And I think there are some highlights in that game, even for Acrylic Saint, even though it was a 2-0. He came out with an aggressive play style and adjusted how he was approaching the matchup, and I think that's a really strong showing as a character. You know, maybe the match didn't go too well, maybe his team lost, but he's showing other people that he's going to switch it up when he plays them in the future.
I like it. You've got to make that statement in Street Fighter 5, and Acrylic's sake, hanging his head in shame, unfortunately.
Chin up, son.
Playing still very well against a very difficult match, perhaps the strongest team here, the Sydney Chiefs. at the Gfinity Elite Series here, live from Sydney, Australia. And I tell you what, we've got more amazing matches to come.
Oh, we have a ton. We've got a whole nother set coming up, my friend.
Right, so make sure you don't go away. Grab a Dare Ice coffee and sit back and relax as we move into the next match.
I'm feeling pretty relaxed. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
Yeah?
good. We've got some great Street Fighter faction here on a Sunday afternoon.
I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to see all these players showing their best.
All right, and it looks like we're just going to cross back to our host, Luke. Take it away.
Huge stuff, absolute destruction. 4-0 in favour of the Chiefs. Were you expecting that, Lockie?
To be honest, yes, I was. That was a really good showing from them. Again, as I said, it's the most experienced team out of those two. There's a lot of new blood coming up. Like Cad Zhao is a player that I've watched go from a little bronze player all the way up to where he is now, and just watching that progression has been fantastic. Going from a little young Dulcim player that I can beat to the guy who now smashes my face. So it's been really good to watch him grow, and he deserves to be here.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, right now, Ash is hanging out with the BK Sama backstage. How's he feeling, Ash?
I think he's feeling pretty good. How are you feeling after that win? You guys absolutely dominated. What was your game plan going in?
I'm quite relieved, actually. Due to the short format, I would say whoever plays more gutsy, more bold, more brave will eventually win, because if you play too passive and slow, eventually you'll get worn down, and in a one game format you really have to calculate everything that's possible.
And who would you say was your toughest competitor today, and everyone that you versed?
I would still say Acrylic Saint, because I played him the other day. Within the first 5 games I lost really bad. And lucky for me, we played longer throughout the night, and eventually I've learned his play style, applied the proper countermeasures, I would say, yeah.
And so yourself and Somniac, you're the 2 top-rated Aussie players. Does that add a lot of pressure?
It definitely puts a target on our backs, definitely a lot of pressure. For example, just say we lost today, right? It would, we'll lose face, we'll both lose face, and yeah.
Well, the good news is you guys won. Congratulations again, and thank you so much for talking to me.
All good, thank you.
Back to you, Luke.
Awesome stuff from the Chiefs. Let's watch some of the stuff that happened during the games. Let's have a look at some of these rounds and how it went down. Now, you also, as we're getting this up, you made a huge call that you reckon they're going to win the whole series.
Yeah, no, I believe.
We'll talk about that more in a second, but let's have a look. What's happening here?
All right, so this is just BK Summer putting pressure on Acrylic Saint. Acrylic Saint, he can win this, but it was just he was falling to the pressure of this format, and BK Summer was able to just put EX shoulder like that all the way through whatever Acrylic Saint was wanting to do. And then this is Cad Zhao played really well, took the first round and was really happy about that. A well-deserved round, putting in that pressure. But this is where Panda started to take it. He got a little bit into Cad Zhao's head and was able to keep the pressure up. And Dulcim, not being a very good character, went under pressure.
I really like Dulcim, but does he suck?
No, he doesn't suck. He's a good character.
Oh, but not as good.
Just he's not very good when he's put under pressure. He's really good at creating that space. And here we go. This is the big comeback from Somniac, who looked like he was going to lose that round, and then absolutely dominated that second round. Had download complete, took it over. Yes. Now, and that was a crucial mistake from Acrylic Saint there, hitting that dive kick way too high. It was EX, but BK Summer was able to press buttons after it. And this was a fantastic Aegis Reflector as an anti-air, being able to close out that set. Really nicely done from BK Summer.
All right, we need to know who your Astro MVP is. Who is it?
Look, I'm going to have to go with Somniac. Just that absolute run back that he had in that first round was really fun to watch, and well deserved.
Here he is.
And then the domination afterwards.
Yeah, and did you say he is definitively Australia's best player? Is that correct?
Yes, he's known as Australia's best player.
Right.
Yes,
well, that's awfully intimidating coming up against him then, live in an arena. Yeah, wow.
Yes.
Look at that face, that steely gaze.
The determination.
All right, let's have a look at the standings as they are now after that. So, as we can see, it was very one-sided. Chiefs favour, BK Sama, Panda, Somniac, BK Sama, all coming up on top there. 2-0 pretty much, except for one round there. Cad Zhao getting the one little round in there. That's got to be tough for Raw. They've got to go and rethink, but